is the druid? Master Halsin.
Master Halsin.
Halsin.
Master Halsin.
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 Halsin?
Master Halsin.
Never seen someone so worked up over a stupid animal.
I am the druid Halsin. You.
In this quick video, I want to show new players the steps to take in order to recruit Halsin into your party. You'll notice at the end of Act 1, he will join your camp, but he won't be recruitable unless you take a couple of steps. We're going to get into some light spoiler territory, but I took some care to leave out all the things I think you'd want to see for yourself. Any mild spoilers will be the end of Act 1, beginning of Act 2, nothing important though. And don't forget, like anything else Baldur's Gate 3, there are multiple paths to do this. This is probably not the only way, but I'm pretty sure it's necessary to hit these couple key points here. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated.
If you resolve the Druid Grove in Act 1 in favor of the Druids, you'll notice Halsin asks to join you in your camp and search for a cure to the curse on the road to Moonrise Towers. For now, he's in your camp, but he won't commit any further.
And the hunt ends at Moonrise Towers.
So we have to find our way to the Shadowlands. Technically, you could take the mountain pass to the Gith Kraish and deal with all their dramatic bullshit.
Your curiosity is getting the better of you. Do not let it. Stay away from the Githyanki.
Personally, I don't like the Gith that much, and I believe the path through the Underdark and the Grymforge to be more streamlined and a little bit more palatable. There are tons of ways to get into the Underdark. If somehow you haven't made it in, I recommend exploring thoroughly the Goblin Camp or Blighted Village. Those are the two easiest ways in my opinion. Once underground, our passage to the Grymforge comes in the form of a boat here in the Decrepit Village, marked here on the map next to the Underdark Beach waypoint. Click on your boat, enjoy the events and cutscenes. You're going to be at the Grymforge in no time. I really recommend exploring the shit out of this area. Take your time. Find the adamantium forge, and once you're done scouring the land for spicy metal to use in the forge, there's going to be an elevator down here by the docks that you entered at. Yeah, over here. And this is basically the end of Act 1, at least it was for me. You want to wrap up everything you got going on down here. Of course you could return to Act 1, but time is going to pass and it's going to be a little bit different. Make sure you wrap it all up. Let's get Halsin in our party. Now that we're here, Halsin will be eager to find his boy Thaniel to lift the curse. We'll make our way to the Last Light Inn, this area's main settlement, and here there'll be a comatose man that knows Thaniel and we'll have to wake him up.
This place is protected.
On the north end, the first floor of the main inn building, we'll find our Dreamer Boy. From here, we're going to need to do two things. Find the item to wake him up, and find Oliver at the House of Deep Shadows. The house is southeast of Last Light Inn, shown here on the map. The inn's up to the northwest up there. In the ruins, we'll find Oliver hiding, and we'll offer to play his game when we find him. I'll fast forward a little bit here to show you how to avoid combat. Basically, we're going to play some hide and seek. Full disclosure, this segment might not be necessary to unlock Halsin as a companion. It is part of his quest. You'll have to do it eventually. I did it up first, so I wanted to show you how to go through it just in case. So after you find him the first time, make sure you stay in turn-based mode, stay hiding. He's going to loop around the outer edges and end up in his original position that you found him in. If you save the bard from the Goblin Camp and let him get a little bit frisky with an ice pick like I did, you will be able to see invisible, which is very helpful in sequences like this. Now that Oliver is ready to go for later, we need to find the loot, which will wake up our Dream Boy. So you should have this objective marked on your map, but I'm going to show you my map anyway. We're heading over to the House of Healing to find the item we need. This pretty boy, Malice Storm, has what we need. I'm not going to spoil the encounter, but I will let you know being a religious guy is going to prove to be useful here.
Only the willing may know the lady's embrace. You know her teaching well.
Once you've acquired the loot by any means necessary, we're going to book it back to Last Light, play the loot for the boy, wake him up. He's going to want to speak to Halsin, so let's go to camp and talk to Halsin and let him know that we found what he's looking for. Halsin will meet you back at the bed, and he will end up leading you to the water where you must guard him against a few waves of enemies. I recommend some setup here. Shadows and wraiths will spawn to the west, which is to the bottom of your screen here, and hordes of risen enemies will rise to the east. You're definitely going to want some AoE. I tried to set up a little choke point here and move some barrels around. What's a wave defense mission without building a couple of towers? I got a little platform to get Asterion up on his high horse where he belongs, of course, right? You could cheese this fight pretty hard, but once you're prepared, talk to Halsin, it'll immediately start the fight. Like I said, enemies pop in on both sides of the beach. I won't spoil too much here, but did you know, in a past life, Shadowheart used to be a Beyblade? Do you remember those void bulbs you looted in the tutorial and you never used over the last 20 hours? Anyway, that's just a taste for what you're in for. Once you actually manage to complete the wave defense, Halsin pops back out, and he's pretty much ready to rock. Here you go. Congratulations.
If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute. Anything. Just say the word. Seems your ranks are...
God damn it. This quest isn't quite done yet, but from this point forward, Halsin will be able to join your party. Please let me know if y'all would like to see more guides like this. They're a ton of fun to make, and I appreciate everybody that watched. Next, I'm considering some early game build guides, and eventually I want to make a dungeon tier list running through my favorites. If you have any comments, please let me know, and I will see you soon, guys. Thank you.
You need not invent friends. Daniel is back. He's waiting for you.